Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to another stream of Boomeadow Builds State of Anarchy, in which we are currently in Nethraeg and we are building our way up towards getting all three of these world maps completed and starting on our very first town map of the campaign. So far we have worked through Feyawir, which is on the screen, which is the Feywilds of my homebrew world, and Thalamir, the material plane, and Nethraeg on this map is incomplete, but it will be the Hells. This is all for my custom D&D game that will be streamed come February, in which the world is in a state after an event known as the Merge, which means that the Hells, the material plane, and the Feywild are all mirrored over each other in parallel world, all on the material plane. Either way, we have been working on this for weeks now, over the last few weeks with these several different maps, and hopefully once we have all this in place, I should have a good idea about what I want to do for the others, and so the remaining 3/4 will go relatively quickly, with any hope. Tonight will be a bit of a shorter stream, as unfortunately I have to do that wonderful thing and do some work for my actual job after this. So it will be a bit of a shorter stream today, unfortunately, as opposed to the normal 4 hours. But either way, it will be wonderful to have you here. If you like what I do and are not yet following, please feel free to hit that follow and turn on notifications so you know that when I go live. Otherwise, you can catch all of these streams on my YouTube channel of the same name, Boomeadow. If you're ever wondering why I'm not streaming when I should be, as opposed to what my schedule says, you can find any of those kind of updates up on my Twitter, Booberry Meadows, which all the links to that are in my About section down below. However, let us jump right in and get started. We are working on the Circle of Wrath today to start off with, or Junpilka, as it is known in my part of the world now. If at any time the music is too loud, please let me know. I can turn it up, I can turn it down. Just let me know and I can alter that. So, what did I want to do for Wrath? I think I kind of want to work on some icy stuff. Which, that would be some background if we're going to do ice. Now let us find an ice texture, just to put some ice texture on this water of these rivers. So, I've been having a bit of a think about what I'm going to do for Ice Cold Rage Circle. Which, this is always a hard one. Because unlike my Circle of Wrath being hot and things like that, I kind of wanted to lean a little bit away from that, I think. Which, if we get down to the elements, which are more predominantly for world building, so we've got some snowdrift, snow mounds, but they're top down, which we'll use obviously a bit more in our in some of the other maps. We've got some snow hills. Maybe, just maybe, I might put in some glaciers on this watery hillside. And put that up a layer so it's over that cliff face. But yes, how are all of you doing this evening? It's always wonderful to get the input from you guys and see how you're all doing. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you've had a wonderful day. These are some waterfall-y kind of things, which I do like. I might actually utilize them. But yes, I hope you're all doing well on this fine day. Where I am in the world, it is currently evening, nighttime. Maybe we could go this different side. There we go. That was worked out a bit better. Where all of this water is, I am going to have to build these waterfalls. Hello, Spinner! And you are not late. You are precisely the time you needed to be here. We're just getting into the map building tonight, so just getting started. It is going to be a little bit of a shorter one, unfortunately, tonight, because I have that dreaded thing, work, to do later. But as usual, it is wonderful to have you here. Yeah, I know. But unfortunately, the evenings tends to be the prime time that I can actually do a majority of my work because I actually need relative quiet to get it done, unfortunately. But it is wonderful having you. Yeah. Yes, you will be able to join me for more, you know, if it won't get you into too much trouble, you can join me for more Lost Words. That super depressing story, you know, that we have been playing our way through. I'm just currently putting in some waterfalls, because this is all supposed to be a waterfall-y kind of area, which hopefully in doing this it will actually give the illusion that it is all falling to the level below. Now some areas, like the area over here, I don't fill in until all the quarters of the map are together, so I can make it cohesive basically. Because apparently that's a thing that, you know, your eye wants to be drawn to. Apparently. Move that over just slightly. So hopefully, with any luck, this now looks like it's trailing down. And while we've got that there, for the sake of this, we'll also put some mist in here, I think. And hopefully that will hide a multitude of mistakes where they don't quite match up. So yeah, this is basically what I spend a lot of my time world building doing, just hiding the flaws in maps basically. But how are you today, Spinner? It is wonderful to have you here as always. Yeah, exactly. Aesthetically pleasing. And you know what? That's kind of That is kind of what I try to do a lot of the time with my map. Just my maps in general, I just try to make them so that they do, look in a way that looks natural, but also, you know, people actually like looking at it. And there is that element to it. Nice quiet days. Quiet days are good. Usually the days that I do the nighttime streams tend to be a quieter day for me as well. So, because obviously I don't do my stream in the mornings. So yeah, I have a bit of a relaxing morning. Get on top of all those apparently grown-up things that you're supposed to do, you know, once you get to a certain age. You know, which I think is any time after the age of, well, any time after you move out, basically. But yeah, so I've been, in general, musing over what my plans kind of are for this campaign, what the story is. Thinking of really cool, compelling ideas for the very first mission, where we will meet our players' characters, where we will also, they will come together as a group. So I've been thinking about that and what I kind of want to achieve with that. Because, you know, as much as I could go the old reliable classic of them all meeting in a tavern, what if you don't move out? I feel like once you become independent and you have to start being responsible for your own bills, regardless of whether you're still living at home or not, I think that's the point. You have to start doing responsible things. You know, responsibility. They will get to roll for their stat numbers when I have the full party, basically. I don't want anyone rolling before that point, just because, yeah, I want it to... I want everyone to kind of be present, to be able to, you know, have the opportunity to do it all around the same time. So they're all kind of building their characters at the same time. That way, if they've got any questions or if they want to potentially work with somebody else to have like a joint backstory or something like that. Because even though some of the players have played together, like I'm very supportive and encouraging of, yeah, bringing new people in and, you know, talking to each other and creating a story together. So even if you're relatively new, it's a great way to build something for your character. Unless you've got unless they have a very specific concept, like nothing is set in stone until we actually roll the stats and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, no, I enjoy it when people want to write joint backstories. Just because it gives you twice the pool to work on, to work with, and, you know, it also allows the group as well to kind of figure out their dynamic and things like this, like old friends that have been traveling together for a very long time, or all of those kind of things, you know, like that's all important to me. And so, you know, rather than an entire group always being like, oh, we came together and we just came together kind of thing. I would like Evil One to be in this one. He has not yet been inspired to create a character for it yet, but I would love Evil One to be in this campaign. Just, because Evil One has been such a... Evil One has a lot of previous characters in this particular world. That doesn't necessarily mean that all of his characters are going to pop up or anything like that, obviously. But yeah, no, I'd love Evil One to be in this one. But we've played a lot of D&D together over the last 6 years, and, I'm hoping if he does decide to play, it'd be wonderful. If he doesn't, just because he's pretty busy at the moment running all of his own stuff, with everything he's got going over on his channel. He's trying out a whole heap of different systems lately, just because, online he's been playing D&D for 6 years, but he was playing in person. Yeah, he's been playing in-person games as well for 10 years before he even moved online with it as well. So, he's had a lot of D&D, so there is a possibility that he might actually want to do something different. I know that at the moment we are, because I'm over on that game, very shortly we will be starting a Power Rangers game. But we are currently looking for a Pink Ranger before we start that up, because we currently don't have a Pink Ranger for that. And I know that I think in December, he's going to be advertising for a Vampire the Masquerade game as well that I'll also be in. So yeah, keep an eye out for those kind of things if you want to try a different system, or, and just want to try something different, find new people to play with and things like this, especially if you are an Australian player and you are struggling to find people. Come December, I will be opening up on Roll20 applications for this game as well. I currently have 2 players confirmed, 1 player who is a maybe, just because we're waiting to see what's going on with their personal circumstances. Evil One is a maybe, but we are still looking potentially in them for 2 or 3 more players. Yes, Vampire the Masquerade, we are looking for, I think, maybe 3 more vampires for that. So getting all that up and running is kind of at the top of Evil One's priorities at the moment. So hopefully we will have lots of juicy content coming your way. Obviously on Wednesday nights, on the alternating Wednesday nights, I am in a D&D game over on Evil One's channel, and I play a grung. It is a completely grung party. So that there is that as well. So yeah, just things to keep an eye out. You can find most of those links as well to Evil One's channel over in my About section. I believe I have some links over to his channel down there, if you're at all interested. We have shenanigans, basically. I don't know what to do with this bit here. Feel like that worked. Yeah, all the things. Yeah, basically we've just been trying some new things because, we've played D&D for a long time. And, while it's fun playing D&D, sometimes it's nice to occasionally try some new things and see what else is out there, especially with there's a whole heap of games, different systems coming out, and some of it has some really cool concepts. I did originally think about changing the rule set that I was using for this particular game and maybe going over to a cyberpunk rule system, or because I wanted to run it in a kind of like a futuristic setting. I was looking around on Reddit and stuff like this, just to see what kind of changes people made for D&D, but giving it a real sci-fi rule set or weapons and things like this. And predominantly what I kept seeing was if you want to run a D&D campaign in a sci-fi setting, just don't. Which, you know, I found exceedingly frustrating because I like the D&D rule set. I know the D&D rule set, but at the same time, you know, having played a couple new games, I'm like, well, maybe I do look at something different. Maybe I try something different just to see what's out there. And I had a look at the Fate system. I had a look at the Cyberpunk like system and setting and all this kind of stuff. And it kind of, in the end, I just kind of ended up realizing, well, because I want to run it completely in a world, like in this particular setting, in this particular world, I would have had to change so many rules of things that has already been established to make it work. And so if you're already having to bend over backwards to make all of that stuff happen just to get the game to even function, then it wasn't going to work. So I just kind of realized that I should stick with the D&D and for now, and, you know, keep experimenting over on Evil One's channel with different stuff. And, you know, who knows what I'll end up running instead, like, as well. I shouldn't say instead, I should say as well. My cat is currently trying to get up into, I've got a little recording booth set up next to my computer that most people can't see, obviously. Well, you can't see it all because obviously I don't have a camera on. But my cat likes to get up in there and sleep in there. And I don't like her sleeping in there because when I'm doing my work, the last thing I want to do is breathe in cat fur. So obviously she and I have arguments. Yeah, basically all I've used is the D20 system. Which of course is the system that everyone closely associates with D&D, obviously the D20 system. And yeah, that is... No, it's fine. You can ask whatever questions. See, this is the thing with my streams. They can be world building questions. They can be non-world building questions. That is okay. I just like it that you guys like coming for a chat. So, and I would prefer you to chat to me about things you're actually interested in. So, but yeah, no, I've only used the D20 system. Recently though, I have gotten the opportunity to experience, the Fantasy Flights. I can't, without Googling it, I'm not 100% sure what the Fantasy Flight Star Wars system is, but it's kind of like I think it is a kind of Fate system insofar as that's how they accommodate the light force, the light side and dark side points, which is really cool. Do heavily recommend. I actually really have enjoyed trying out Star Wars and different. There is a bit of a learning curve because obviously their dice are very different. But yeah, no, for this particular game, considering different rule sets and things like this, I'd considered Fate. I had considered looking like just straight up at the cyberpunk setting, because obviously that's a bit more futuristic. Because yeah, the thing that I kept coming up with is like, well, how would weapons have changed? Because, for example, if you've got a lot of gunslingers and things like this, which this particular setting will have that growth into modern day technology, like, it doesn't stand to reason that half of the world is still using like bow and arrows and stuff. So I kind of had to really sit down and think for a bit, like, how I was going to actually encompass that into yeah, how I was going to actually encompass that and bring that into the fact that part of the world is technologically advanced. Yeah, no, go for it, Spinner. I will see you back whenever you have finished consuming the food. You should consume the food. Eat the food. Hello, Valcor. I see you lurking. I'm filling in some waterfalls right now just while I'm considering what I should do for the Circle of Wrath. Yes, I'm at a loss of what to do for the Circle of Wrath. What about vehicles? Hi, Evil One. Spinner and I have just finished talking about you and all the wonderful things that you were getting up to over on your channel. Vehicles. Yeah, no, there will be a progression of vehicles depending on where you are in the world. I'm thinking that the Feywild part of the setting is going to be a bit steampunky in terms of what they do. So you're going to see a lot more steam-powered vehicles, things like that from that particular aspect. I don't think... Yeah, I know. We've been talking about all your stuff. See, this is the thing I don't know. I don't think... Well, we already had airships. So airships exist. We also have... Yes. Pink Ranger. The fact that we need vampires as well. You know what? I'm going to have to save. We've already got airships. We already have light rail. We also have a teleportation service set up to certain places. So that will be involved. We will also have elements of the fact that all of that stuff is now going to be need to be somewhat policed because of the tension that is happening in the world. So yes, there is that. But yes, we did discuss the fact that you need a Pink Ranger. We did discuss just a couple of things actually now. Let me get some music up and going. Because nobody likes silence. Well, some people like silence. I don't like sitting in silence though. Let me know at all if that's too loud, because I know that Chill Hop can be a bit loud in comparison to the good old Ubi Tubes. Yeah, we were just discussing we needed a Pink Ranger. We were discussing just all the kind of things you've been up to over on your channel. And yeah, just little things like we need another vampire. We need... Well, that feels very loud to me, but please let me know. Do I need to bring that down for you guys? Is it blowing out your eardrums? Oh, good. The last thing I want to do is give anyone permanent ear damage. Yes, need at least 2 vampires, which that would be opening up in December. And we need a pink ranger, which obviously Evil One will be opening those up to for consideration when they finally get around to putting up a game application thing. Spinner did also ask Evil One if you were going to be in this game. You're not a piker. Sometimes games just aren't for everybody. Or work gets in the way, or, you know, and that can happen too. We've all been there and done that. As I have already stated, but just for those people coming in, tonight's stream is going to be a little bit shorter for me because I do have some work to get done, unfortunately. So you need more nap time. That is also a reason too. So, which I don't know, is that part of your problem, Valcor? Currently, I'm just putting in these little bits and pieces that I'm doing right now just because I don't know what I want to do for the Circle of Wrath. So instead, I'm putting in waterfalls just to give some dimension and some more 3D-ness to this. Naps are good. You really are part cat, aren't you? See, there we go. Just letting you have a look so far, adding in these waterfalls, which should hopefully give a bit more of that 3D look. Valcor is one of the beloved VIPs of the channel. I hope that he is feeling comfortable. And I mean, in some cases, Valcor did turn around and say that they are a piker, apparently. You can name something, huh? What would you like to name? I'm assuming that's your way of saying to me that you have enough channel points to name something. And not only that, this place gets to have some of the really fun names. Well, it depends. We have 12 circles, I believe, to name, so go your hardest. I mean, it is the Hells. If there's going to be a bad name, it's going to be here. Just depends. What circle would you like to name? Yeah, we've had some really great names in this area as well. The Purgatory Shores are... They're some fun places so far from what I've seen, what I've created. I mean, obviously you are aware of the guidelines to a certain situation, but for example, we've got like Devour, we've got Irrit, Stuffmeyer, Peckish, Licorice, Fleshgate, Nude. We've also got Kank over here. So of course that this area is going to have some of the more salacious style names. Well, it just depends. There are still rules that you do have to abide by. Obviously, it has to be family friendly enough that I can put it on without getting banned. Okay. I'm scared. You redeemed a name and domain. Okay. You want to name a domain Bob. All right. And what circle of hell would you like the town of Bob to be in? Yes, what would you like the town of, where would you like the town of Bob to be? Situated in all the hells. Oh, I just name a domain area. It can't be a whole circle of hell. I mean, technically it's its own city within. Because can you imagine me giving that kind of power? Yeah, I'm not that silly. I'm not doing the circle of Bob because, you know what? Sure, I'll put the circle of Bob in if there is a condition. You bring back the Church of Steve. You be a character that is bringing back the Church of Steve. You can certainly have the circle. I will name a circle in hell Bob if you play a character that brings back the Church of Steve. Oh, so you want to settle for the town called Bob, huh? False advertising. All right, where do you want your town then? You want a major city to be called Bob? Can do, but what circle of hell? Well, I don't know, because the worst circle of hell is clearly subjective. We have Purgatory. Hi, Spinner. You came back just as we're talking with the Evil One, who has just redeemed the fact that he is naming apparently a major city in hell Bob. We're just debating over which is the worst circle of hell to put it in. We have Purgatory, Lust, Gluttony, Greed, Wrath, Sloth, or Treachery, I believe. Pride or Treachery. Oh yeah, envy, pride, and treachery. There we go. Helps if I can read my own notes. So yes, we are discussing a big coastal city. Well, there's lots of coasts, but that still doesn't tell me which circle of hell you think is the worst to put it in. Okay, for everybody, what do we think the city of Bob is evoking in terms of sins? Well, considering that the areas are already, the circles of hell are already named, makes it hard to name something that already has a name. That still doesn't answer the question, either one, as to what circle would Bob be in? What is it a sin enacting of? So far, from what I'm gathering, you believe that Bob should be a city in the circle of treachery. You want to put Bob in every circle? Hey, I gave you the stipulations. If you want Bob to be a circle in hell, you have to bring back the Church of Steve. Because yes, Spinner did ask if you were actually going to be joining us as a player. No. But yes, so you want to have a city of Bob in every circle, do you?
What are you doing, man? We gonna kick a beat or what?
We're gonna kick the beat. We're gonna kick the ill beat.
Okay, fine. Because you feel like you were shafted out of points. How about just for you, I will, just this once, I will put a city of Bob in every circle of hell. Do you feel that you are adequately compensated now? Okay, and for future reference, if you are naming a domain, it means one city or town or keep of your choosing. If you read that, you get to name a business in the world, not even a territory. That's what name a domain means. Okay. That should just about do it, I think. Yep. I went in and checked and it said business. However, I will still give you the Bob thing. Because why not? But I also added an extra one in there for you. Okay, so we are just adding in these. Okay, so what kind of assets do we think we should be putting in for the Circle of Wrath? I'm doing it instead of atypical hell, I'm doing it icy, I'm doing it ice and snow. But I don't know if I want to do like snow hills or just snowy trees. Oh yeah, that looks cool. Just doing a quick save. More of these. Thank you for the hydration station. It is always good to remember to keep hydrated. Yes. Which I hope all of you have a beverage of choice this evening and are managing to keep hydrated. Here in Australia, we are heading rapidly towards summer. Although I wish somebody would tell summer that it is supposed to be arriving shortly. It is getting warmer, but we have had a lot of rain recently. A lot of issues with rain, a lot of issues with monsoon-like weather. It's hot there. Thank you, Spinner. Also, yes, remember to stretch. My chiropractor will thank you for that, by the way, because I don't know about you guys, but I actually have terrible posture when I am working on a computer. So don't mind me while I stretch, because yes, I do not have good posture at a computer. The next recommendation I have been advised to get is a standing desk, which I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be good. It'd at least, you know, keep me in good standing, in good posture, all that jazz. So that, you know, maintaining good back health, which, you know, we don't all do. You have the fans on there, Evil One? Of course you do, but it gets up to like where you are, correct me if I'm wrong, it gets up to like 50 degrees Celsius, doesn't it? Where you are? Yeah, it can get fiery. I mean, it still gets hot where I am, but it's more of a humid heat. Where I am, it tends to be a bit more of a Mediterranean style heat. I'll finish these waterfalls while I'm doing this. But yeah, no, what do we think we should do in the Circle of Wrath here? Any thoughts? Any suggestions? My thinking behind it was getting, you know, when you get so angry that you basically freeze, you get cold. That was my thinking for it. A Starbucks. Okay, you're gonna have to explain this logic to me. Why a Starbucks? Why are we thinking there has to be a Starbucks in hell? Why not is not an appropriate answer to this. you're the one who has come up with this logic that there needs to be a Starbucks in hell. So I, in my intrigued nature, am asking why you think there would be. Is it because of the coffee, which I know you are not a fan of? Is it because of the corporate consumerism? And obviously hell, as in this version of the hells, is a bureaucratic nightmare. Which I believe one of your past characters is also responsible for making. The shake machine and the slushy machine never work. Isn't that just every McDonald's everywhere though? Or are you stating that we are currently in hell? To that I say based, but you know. I mean, it is a pretty solid theory though. See, I'm also at a loss of what to do for sloth. So yeah, it's just finishing putting in these waterfalls. And then we'll get back to finishing these and then we'll see how we're going.
Is everybody in the groove? Well, stick around. We're just warming up, baby.
Which I also know that I need to put some green clouds into Envy here. Now here's a tricky one. This goes... With that in mind then, that I'm going to need to put a mountain range along there. Well, building on the fly, we love this. There we go. One more lot of waterfalls down here. Oh, two more. Yeah, I kind of wonder that. Why is there always one machine that never works? So at the moment, the music we're listening to is Chill Hop. It's been a while since I've listened to them, but yeah, they just kind of have this really nice, just low chill vibe about it. Hope you're enjoying it. So yes, just making this nice and misty. But I think I want to go in and find some, as soon as I'm done this, I'm just going to go in and find some green mist, I think. Just to put into this NV section. Last little bit of mist in here. Okay. Now if we come in here, I know that there is green smoke. I just need to remember where it is. I think it might be in the ghost town, so... Which... Yes, if I remember, they're up. Of course, I could recolor them, but if the asset is already there... Look at that eyeball. Bigger. Bring down the opacity, I think. And put up a couple layers. Like that. So we're going to have envy here. Do a quick save and then we'll get back to filling in the trees and whatnot for the Circle of Wrath. Okay. So yes, I'll just look at some tree assets. I think maybe... So these are all top down, but I know... Seeing whatever else I have at my disposal. See, look at this. They're pretty. Yeah, we like this fantasy stuff, but I think we might... Do we look potentially at some stalagmites? And we... white? Change their colouring to white? big so we can see what we're colouring them. Oh, make them more opaque. Generally when I'm doing greys or whites, I try to start with a base of blue. Do we like that? Like the aspect that this is a very sharp, treacherous place. So yeah, well that's okay so far. Okay, digging it. What else could we add that evokes anger, evokes rage? Well, these piles of broken cogwheels can definitely, and debris, rubbish, junk, that kind of stuff I think will work for sloth. Again, that's top down, that's not going to help us in this situation, but it is a good start. How about we go some dead men trees, but okay, I think I like the dead man trees. Do I do some snow-covered trees too, though? Because the problem is it's just the one tree. I'll put a couple of these in, but I don't want to do too many of them just because it's just the one type of tree and we want a little bit of variety. I think the aspect I like about this is that it's almost like it's been completely stripped by the anger around it. Okay. Just trying to figure out. Oh no, it's comparative. Thought they might be a bit big, but no, it is comparative. Okay, we have sloth necks, which the idea of this one is I want it to look very banged up, run down. Night, evil one. Thank you for popping by. I'm almost about to finish up anyway because unfortunately, yes, I have to go do that dreaded work I was going to do. So tonight is actually, unfortunately, going to be a little bit of a shorter stream. I was just hoping that I would get this done so that come the next stream, we can move on to a different part, which we should probably be able to do still. Get these piles of junk in, I think I might actually have to darken the cobwebs up just a bit. Of rubble around. this is the hard part now. Just finding the bits of rubble and stuff that I want for certain areas to look beat up and things like this. However, I feel like everything about Envy has to stay this green, I think. Go some slime in Envy. No, not quite. I don't think. Green shrubs, I think. Because the green shrubs, I like the impression that not a lot can grow. I think 75 was a little bit big. I think I'm gonna have to put them on a lower layer though. It's because I want them to be under the mist. Just working on Pride. Treachery won't have anything in it, but Pride. I think this is the area if I got to B, because I'm pretty sure there's enough back water. Do something like this. Bring it right down in size. this is going to be the hard one because there are going to be patches of garden, I think. But the problem I've got is I want it... See, that's too orchestrated. But it is along those lines where it's got the sculptured garden. I could do something like this. I like the farm. I want the farmland, but don't... Yeah, so this isn't going to work either. See, this looks very blank, but I feel like... they would be heavily orchestrated. Because it's a vaguish overscope, I'm kind of thinking that legitimately Pride's not going to have, from this particular view, Pride's not going to have anything in it either. Purely because there's nothing overgrown. They wouldn't just have trees growing everywhere. Pretty sure Pride might actually legitimately be a concrete landscape, which is kind of how I orchestrated it. So I think that actually no, that's not true. We'll just put a couple of these ones, I think. Golden cities. Oh, don't worry, there are golden cities. Give me a second to show you the entire domain of greed. Okay, there we go. So yes, this is the entirety of greed. You want golden cities, Valcor? This is where it's going to be. The trees are gold. There's giant gemstone formations. You name it, it's there. However, we will save this. And it is a little bit short tonight, but thank you to everybody who showed up, who chatted, who redeemed channel points. It is very much appreciated. I love having you here to chat to. I love getting to do this and build with you. The next time we come in, we will be continuing on, but we will have moved on to a different piece of the map. So finally, we are getting towards absolutely 100% having the hells completed. Yay. However, I will be back tomorrow playing some Lost Words, which is a beautiful game, if a little bit sad. So if you wish to join me tomorrow at 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time while we make our way through that game. Otherwise, I will be back on Saturday night, a little bit later than normal, but I will be back building more of the hells for this wonderful game known as State of Anarchy, a D&D setting. Either way, if you like what I do, please follow my page or subscribe if you are feeling ever so generous. And turn on your notifications so you know when I go live. If you miss any of these streams or want to go back and watch them, you can go and do that on my YouTube channel of the same name, Boomeadow. And if you're ever wondering why I'm not streaming when I should be, you can see that on my Twitter, Booberrymeadow. Otherwise, it has been wonderful to have you here. I hope that you get lots of rest, you get stay lovely and hydrated, no matter where you are in the world. And I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you may be. I will see you all tomorrow, and I hope that you have a great night. Bye.